Okay, folks, listen, after looking at that title, you know we're doing holiday greens, right? Now, with that being said, we're gonna do mixed greens. Today, we're gonna do a turnip and collard mix, right? It's really like a 60-40 mix. I love this blend, so let's get it. Okay, so look, I'm gonna let my little rooster make his little cameo, right? But if you pay attention to these ingredients right here, it's not a whole lot to it. And as always, the full ingredient list will be on my website, Smoking and Grilling with AB, and that's WITAB.com, right? So listen, come on over here. I'm gonna show you what I'm getting ready to do. Now I know some of y'all are gonna say something about me using a paper plate, right? But listen, I'm the one to do these dishes, right? So this is andouille, chicken andouille sausage, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and give that little bit of a head start. But really, I like to put my smoked turkey, parts inside of here. Some of you guys going, if you're not using that, you're probably using some type of pork product like a ham shake or something like that. But we need to get that soft, right? So I always do this, and then I use that water in here for our flavor. Now, I'll be using better than bouillon right here. This is what I like right here. You can do this, or you can use chicken stock. Remember, anytime you're using water, I don't like to just use that only. It makes it better when you guys flavor and just level it up. All right, so if you look right here, these already have been cleaned. I still got these soaking, just need to do a little bit more scrubbing. I use kosher salt, and maybe sometime I do it, a cap full of lemon juice, and I do a little scrub, open them up, and check them out, right? So when I said earlier, I'm doing a 60-40, listen, it's 40% turnip, 60% collard. All right, so look, before I get off into showing you guys how I get to this part right here, I want to show you guys just a rolling technique. I mean, it makes so much sense the way we're doing, right? So these are like some of the smaller collard greens. I pull out the stem, which I'm gonna show you how I do them. I just put them in there like that, right? So I take like my bigger leaf. I put that, I like to start with one of the bigger ones on the bottom. That way I can take it and just roll it. And notice how I'm rolling this over. All right, we just wanna keep continuing to roll it. Some of you guys are gonna be great at this, right? And then when you come up and you have it rolled like that, then you just wanna cut it into whatever size pieces you would like, right? And then you'll have something like this, right? So it doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna unravel this just so you guys can see. They come in strips like that. It doesn't make a difference if you wanna cut them down, because now, by now you guys know that they sell them already pre-cut. They come in like them little short pieces like that. But I just take them and I do this. Now don't forget, it's gonna wither down. This is for all my new people, you know what I mean? Listen, greens are super easy. You see it's not a whole lot of ingredients, you know what I mean? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple of these for you. Now, if you ask me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I went to the grocery store, they didn't have the best looking, I'm gonna say the best looking greens, period. They had some mustards there too, because sometimes I do mustard and collard, you know what I mean? It depends on what kind of taste I like to get, So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this down like this. But back to what I was saying was, it just wasn't the freshest and crispest. Now, you see that? I take the stem out. Some people, I leave a little bit of stem in here, you know what I mean? That kind of like helps and keeps everybody happy, you know what I mean? Not a lot for those who don't want any stem inside. And then those who do, you get a little bit of action right there. Now, you just saw me use a knife, but check it out, we're gonna do it this way. This is gonna be the quick way. But if you're new, do it with a knife, then you'll start thinking of different ways to make it even easier, right? So I fold it over this way, right? As I'm holding the leaf. Now these pieces down here, I take them and just put them in here. But look, I hold it like this. Look at my hand. I got the leaf and then I just pull, right? I kind of like grab the stem, work my way up until about when it breaks, right? Put that and discard that in the trash and I put it right here. Now my true Southerners, they like that stem, folks. You know what I mean? So it's up to you guys, do it the way you want to, put whatever in there that you would like. Now, let me address the part about, remember in the beginning of the video, I started boiling, right? You're gonna ask how long? Just as long as it takes me to, cut all of these, pull these stems, and then when that's done, that's a good head start. And then I start working everything inside the pot. Now, here you go. You can see, got them all cut down. I don't know how this one like snuck in. I like to make them a little bit on the small side, but it really doesn't matter. Don't trip, because you see how long these are? This is gonna, wilter down, inside of this, from the steam, get much, much smaller, right? So now I'm getting ready to put a little heat under my pan, right? And forgive me, folks, for calling this a pan. This is a big, giant pot, right? It's not really giant. I got a couple of them when I do boils, you know what I mean? Those are big, right? So this right here, this is like a little secret, a little level up, right? So I always like to start my greens They almost start off like I'm going to do gumbo greens. But actually this right here is bacon fat. All right, so look, I just put a couple of tablespoons, of bacon grease, bacon fat, right? That's what gives it that, gonna give it like a nice flavor, right? Now, for those of you guys that's just staying completely off of, if you staying completely, want to do pork free, you know what I mean? You can save the grease from your beef, you know what I mean? If you don't have any beef bacon, you can always add to this, like a cooking oil, use it, whatever you would like to, of your choice, you know what I mean? Butter and a little olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, that's a nice little start too. I'm gonna go ahead, open up my garlic. I'm gonna probably put 5 garlic cloves in here. And when I say cloves, I'm really finna mince this, right? So 5 cloves minced going in here, right? Now the key is you wanna have your fire low. We don't wanna burn this. We just wanna like sweat this into the bacon fat, right? So just give me 1 second. All right, now this is sweating down nice. You can look at it and see nothing is burning, right? So now we're gonna move over to the next phase. Next phase is, I'm gonna leave that in there like that. I want you guys to look at this. I just quarter mine, you know what I mean? That's good enough. Once we get this in there, it's gonna open up all these layers. It's gonna release a lot of that onion flavor in there, and it's gonna, break itself down, right? So you guys can do it like this. I don't want to tell you to do it, because I promise you, as it cooks, it releases and opens up. You know what I mean? So each one of your layers will go in there. You can see by me just moving this around, see how they starting to open up, and I'll show you as an example. Look at that right there. Now, the longer we cook these down, as our greens start to just, cook down, you guys can pay attention to that. And then when you look at this becomes transparent, and then it almost, when it gets that translucent look, oh man, that puts all of that flavor in there. Now I'm finna add some red chili flakes to it. You know what I mean? Not too much, because this right here give it a lot of bite. You know what I mean? I know that you guys are gonna have kids eating this. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I wasn't able to eat mine. The way my grandmother and my grandfather liked it, so my grandmother always made a side, dish for myself. You know what I mean? My granddaddy kept saying, hey man, you weak, bro. You act like you can't have nothing with a little heat on it. Now, I'm gonna take some of my Creole Kick. This right here is where it all ties everything together. It's the combination of the way greens taste, everything that we put in there, but this right here is what separates mine from everybody else's, right? So you guys use your favorite seasoning. For me, that's gonna be Creole Kick. Don't forget, this is a low sodium product. You know what I mean? The full ingredient list is on my website. Again, that's smoking and grilling with ab.com, and that's WITAB.com, right? So I'm putting some heat under this because I like the way, even when you put the Creole Kick or any of your seasonings on top, just the way it just like sweats in there, and it gives it a little bit of a different flavor, right? So you guys get in here right now and look at that, and then we're finna go ahead and start adding, our liquid to it. Now, I just gave you guys the heads up, knowing that the Creole Kick is, easy on the salt, right? Truly is a low sodium product, so we want to add just a little bit of salt. I gave it 2 medium pinches to it just to wake up the flavor. Oh yeah, she ready. I'm not finna change a thing. Let's go over here and look at this protein. Okay, now talking about the protein, right? We got smoked, turkey legs, and then I got some andouille sausages in there, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. But I want you guys to know one thing. Now, when you start off with so much water, obviously we've been boiling this, getting it to soften up just a little bit, giving it a head start, right? Everything else that you see in there, even though the water has evaporated, it leaves the flavor in the water. So no matter, we started up here and say you taste it, you say, oh, I can taste the smoked turkey. I can taste some andouille, right? Even though all of this would have evaporated, doesn't make no difference. Now it's becoming concentrate. The water is what evaporates. All right, we take our andouille out because I'm gonna cut those into like, little medallions, right? But I'm gonna take this turkey and drop this in here. The reason I'm doing that with these tones, because I don't want nothing to like splash back, right? So once we got these in here like that, remember, if you look in there, let me see, let me bring it over there, you can see, that's the flavor. This is where, the greens taste way different than other people's do, right? So we put this in here like this, right? That's like a little bit of a head start. You know what I mean? Hey, we just built a lot of layers. Now I'm finna raise this all the way up on high. Then I'm just gonna cut these down like I told you guys. You guys can cut them however you want to, you know what I mean? But I like to just do this, this way. Keep it real simple. It's this is what I'm looking for to engage and marry with what we have in the pot, right? Now, listen, I got it. Our grandparents or whoever, mama, somebody taught us how to make greens, right? Please understand that greens are very, very simple. You know what I mean? This is another one of them kind of recipes that is good on the confidence build, right? So anybody watching this video, I don't care if this is your first time, that's starting to get a little hot. You know what I mean, on my fingers. But if this is your first time, make these greens, right? After that, then you can move over to my gumbo greens. Then we can do gumbo greens and shrimp. Listen, you guys let me know down in the comment section below, you know, how you gonna do it. They got a lot of Friendsgiving. Why not make this just so you can take it to your folks, you know, and let them taste it, and then that'll give you all the confidence you need to make this, you know, for the holiday. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's not too bad. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I make this all the time. Now, I want to give you guys options. For those of you guys that cook quite often, you know what I mean, we usually have stock or a broth, you know, things of that nature, right? So this is that. This is an option. I just add a little water. I look at this and I figure out how much water I want to, you know, put in there, right? You can use this. Take a look at this product right here. This is a powder. This right here. Listen, you want to level up water, you make your own chicken stock. You know what I mean? This, or here's another option. I'm gonna use this option right now. You know what I mean? You can go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All of that's good, right? Doesn't make a difference. 1, 2, 3. But this by itself, to me, is a no-no. What we want to do is like level up. This is how I've been able to have success. And when my grandmama got down, you know what I mean? Ooh, taking me back down, the time machine, in a time machine. So I'm just getting ready to add like a heaping tablespoon in here like this right here. I know it looks like a lot, folks, but listen, how else are we gonna be able to have that flavor? Now look at it, as I turn it, I stir it up and mix it in, now it's starting to look like this now, huh? Then we put this in here like that. That's enough right there. For the amount of greens that we have, we good. I'm back on high. Once I become, you know, reach a boil again, we're getting ready to add our greens, folks. Now, once I got everything and it's back up to a boil, the rest of it is self-explanatory. Now we just start adding this in there. You want to have it on high, even though this is at room temperature, it still cools it. You'll hear it right off the back. Once this starts hitting your pot liquor, it won't, it'll stop boiling just because it's cool, you know? So I take it, I only put a little bit in it as I can, and I just work some of this down. But it's the steam what we're gonna wanna have, and that's what's gonna make it get smaller. Then I'll add the rest of it in here. Now I want you guys to come on in here and listen. You can hear that boil down there at the bottom is like rolling, right? So this is when it starts getting soft. Getting small. You put that on the top of there, that steam finna get it to where, you know, wither down, and everything gonna come in together, right? So you guys wanna know right now, like, hey, AB, what is the best time? It goes by the texture that you like. I like to let my greens go, you know what I mean, probably for about 45 minutes to an hour. I like mine at a certain type of texture. While that's boiling and cooking down, I got a treat for you guys. Check this out. All right, folks, the holidays are here, and I've got some exclusive bundles just for you. Perfect for any cook in your life or even just for yourself. I got a bundle for you. I'm talking limited time bundles like my 3 cookbook bundle, which includes my barbecue outdoor cookbook, taking the mystery out of cooking, and the best of both worlds with my nephew Matt, AKA Mr. Make It Happen. Then there's the S&G bundle, which is bundle number 2, which includes the taking the mystery out of cooking cookbook, an apron, and a high quality food thermometer. Now for my barbecue lovers, which is bundle number 3, I got you covered with a full barbecue bundle. Listen, it comes with an apron, a food thermometer, cookbook, 2 barbecue sauces, and a burger press to level up any cookout. And for those that want something a little bit more on the classic side, right? I've got a denim apron and a thermometer, which is a food thermometer, and that'll be bundle number 4. So check it out. These bundles won't last long. So hurry up, grab yours, and make this holiday season fire. I'm out. All right, so look, I'm gonna bring you guys inside of here. Look, this went about 40 minutes. Normally, it take a little bit longer to get the texture that I like for myself, right? When I do 100% collard. But if you guys do turnip or mustard, you know what I mean? The texture is a little bit different. It's a little bit of a thinner, you know, leaf, right? And then remember what I talked about the onion? Look at that right there. Here, I'll just pull one of these up. You see that onion? That's what I'm talking about. Remember how big it was? It just breaks down. When it broke down, don't forget, all of that flavor is in the inside. Now, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna pull some of these out, right? Look at that right there. right? So I'm gonna try to get all of this off. What I do is I put it over here on the plate, right? And you can see it's hot, but you gotta get rid of all that cartilage, these little pieces like this, and then we put that meat back in there. Now, I don't suggest you guys shredding it down. When I eat collards, I like to get a decent piece of, smoked turkey, right? So I don't just take it all off. So let me just work this down. You gotta do yours however you wanna do it, but when it's done properly, you see how it just comes off. I'm not even using no tools. This right here is done properly, folks. All right, so once you break that down, I like mine to be way on the meatier side, right? That's why I put that andouille sausage in there. So if I take this like this so you guys can see it, look at that. Ooh, yo, man, that should get you going, right? So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on here, but look at the texture. Don't forget, man, when you guys add, if it's not 100% collard and you start adding the other different leafy greens, again, like turnip or mustard, you're gonna get a little bit of a different texture, which is no problem. Obviously, you see I got it. You know what I mean? But if you ask me how I like mine, it would be collards first. Okay, folks, so look, you see I put it in a pan. You know what I mean? Usually I put something like this out for the holiday, right? I make this so much. A lot of times this going to like somebody on the block or somebody just asked me, AB, can you just make me some? And I say, okay, do whatever. But there you go. Put it up against this white, you can just see it, right? So I'm not finna over talk it. I'm finna get in here and get me some. That andouille right there, that's what I'm looking forward to. So we hit it. I want you guys to just take a look at that right there. Look at the texture. I'll shake it like that so you guys can just see it. Again, you want to do yours that way. You know what? Look, let me stop rambling. Cheers, y'all. I don't know, folks. Listen, if you like collard greens like I do, whether they, combine with turnips, you know what I mean? No matter what you're doing, I can sit down with this, and guess what? I got some, in the refrigerator, I got some sweet potato cornbread. I ain't gonna lie to you, any type of cornbread, even if you got just white Wonder Bread, you know what I mean? You gotta have something to dip, right? So if you look right there, I put enough in there and I got a little bit of extra of this pot liquor in this right here inside of my pot. Now, I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below. What would you do? What would you add? You know what I mean? What other type of meat substitutes you would do and all of that. But I promise you, you cannot reinvent the wheel. This right here, when you smell it, you know what I mean? As soon as somebody come in, they're gonna right off the rip, they're gonna just say, oh, snap, I'm back home. Hey, now with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. You know what, folks? I'm finna fill this up and I'm out. Peace.